Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Oselu. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Oselu Coded. This is where I make videos. I'm learning to code. I started learning how to code May last year. Unofficially, I always joke and say unofficially, but I officially started learning around November. And I really want to make my YouTube channel really be about me sharing um how to the things I'm learning, the things I'm studying, my study notes, things I'm learning, things I'm trying to build, and just really making videos to explain them. I think explaining them is helping me absorb the principles a bit more, and hopefully somebody watches this out there and it helps somebody. So it's almost like having like a digital footprint or a digital portfolio of some sort of the things I'm learning or the things I'm building. And I think over time, if I look back into track with how much progress I've made with the things I'm learning and with things I'm building. So today, one of the formats I'll be working with on this my channel will be how I build this under 10 minutes. It's still like a working title, right? But I want to just have like set a timer. So the premise is setting a timer 10 minutes and see how I can explain a little bit of code that I'm working on. So there'll just be like a simple task, right? And I will try to write the code and explain myself in under 10 minutes. So let me see how I can do that with this. So let me start the timer, I'll show you. So this is the timer. It's flipped, but it's showing 9 minutes, 59 seconds. So it's like a 10-minute timer. So I'll start here. Okay, so I got this tax from Scrimba. I'm learning with Scrimba and Udemy. So the task really, they've already given me, sorry, they're giving me the variable or the array, right? They've created the variable and the variable contains an array of an apple, an apple, and an orange in that order, right? Off the top, you know that arrays are zero index, right? So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the HTML code. The HTML code is really, really, really basic. It's just two divs, and it's two divs. The CSS was just written to contain. Let me show you what the CSS looks like. The CSS was just written to center align this div. So they're like two divs. So divs are like containers. So we just did the border radius, put like margin below for the spacing between this and this, give it a color. So it's just like two shells. And the idea is they want me to arrange the apples in the arrays, all the apples here, all the apples here, all the oranges here. That's simply the premise. Really, really, really simple, really, really straightforward. I'm saying simple now a while ago. I didn't know so I'm showing off. Anyway, so let me go straight to the JavaScript. Oh, something I need to show you in the HTML. They gave the first div an ID of apple shelf. They gave the second div an ID of orange shelf. So what that means is if I want to manipulate it, if me trying to put the apples on the shelf, we mean me bringing the HTML to JavaScript, and I do that. I'm able to do that using DOM manipulation. It's one of the favorite things. One of the best things I've learned lately, DOM manipulation, is just manipulating DOMs. That's how I understand it, you know. So straight to the JavaScript. So the function, what would we call the function? I'll call the function. So this is syntax writing a function. Function, yeah. Um, word to Drake. Function arrange. So this is the syntax for function. So they said create a function that puts the apples on the apple shelf and the oranges on the orange shelf. Use a loop, a conditional statement, and a text content property. I like using for loop. It took me a while to understand it, but I think I finally got it. So you create a variable for the index. For the index for the array. Remember I said arrays are zero index, right? So let's call it array index. Let array index equal to zero. So I'll explain. I can explain. Array index less than less than fruits dot length. I would explain array index plus equal to one. So what this line of code is, we want the loop to start from zero, right? Because it's zero index. We want the entire length of the loop will be 5, which is technically 4, because to count 5 in an array is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we do it, I usually always do it array index less than equal to fruit.length. That is equal to 5, but 5 doesn't exist in this array, right? If I did less than or equal to, there will be an undefined answer, and that is incorrect. So it has to be less than 5. So it will be stop at 4, because 4 is less than 5. So the array index, so the number of the way the steps it will take it to be 1. If it was array index plus equal to 2, it will be 0, it will jump 1 to go to 2. But because it's one step by step, the loop is going to loop one step at a time, which is good. So we want it to go through each array 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and carry out an action. So um, let no if so the condition will now be, since it's already looping, if root, which is the variable, root square brackets array index. So we're saying if the first step is 0, so that if fruit 0 is equal to 1 equal to is an assignment, 3 is a comparison. So that's how I understand that. So if it's an apple, so if the first index, which is 0, is an apple, right? In curly brackets, then apple shelf. So the first shelf that we brought from HTML, the text content, equal to plus equal to root. So we're saying if the first index is an apple, right? Change this shelf, change this item to that fruit, right? But now we're not concatenating it, meaning we want it to be arranged as a group. I understand this when it concerns creating a sentence. So if it was an array containing different words and I want to print out a sentence, if I use just equal to, if we use just equal to here now, right, it would loop for the first index 0, right? Print the first item. When it goes to the second item, that item goes away. It prints the second item. When it goes to the third item, that item goes away. But when you concatenate it and say plus equal to, it keeps it as 1. So when it prints out for the first index 0, it stays. It goes to the second one. If the condition is met, that one stays. When it goes to the third one, if the condition is met, that one stays. That's how I kind of understand it. So else if no, this it has to be outside. Okay, it has to be outside this because that condition is already met. Else if fruits array index equal to orange, orange shelf dot text content, fruit array index. So let's see if our code works. So let's call the function. I think I'm good under 10 minutes. I'm really happy. Fruit save. Let's see. Yeah, it worked. See, now it worked. So we have the three apples on this shelf and the three oranges on this shelf. If I was to still do work on the CSS, I think I will work on the padding because you see the items are just at the top of the shelf. It could be centered, but that's it, like a conversation for another time. This line of code or this project, this little project really helped me understand using for loops especially. I made some errors at the beginning when I was trying to understand it with the comparison and some of the syntax, but I think eventually I understood it. So I'm really proud of this and I'm glad I got to share this. What's the way they do it in YouTube? If this was helpful, please let me know in the comments. If you have questions or you have feedback or things I need to add or subtract, please let me know in the comments. I do hope you do like, you do share, you do also subscribe onto a next video at a different time. I think I'm 28 seconds down, so I was able to explain it under 10 minutes. So until next time, yeah, peace.